talking about online age verifications and other censorship bullshit. And I'm aware that many of these people put in the chat are probably bots or whatever, but let's just. UK is banning any content that depicts explicit intimate acts between step siblings or step-related family members, even if it's fictional and just part of the plot. Yet they don't ban real incest, like people actually doing incest in real life. Apparently to them that's okay, but if it's a fictional piece of work that does it, then apparently it's not allowed. The Japanese are now arguing with the West about separating fiction from reality. They finally see what they have been dealing with. Yeah, they should separate fiction from reality. If they don't, if they keep bringing this together and treat it like the same thing, that's when Aurelian societies just come out of the blue. You know. Oh, hello. Open the shaft. I'm glad you're here. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, people can like and dislike what they want to like or dislike. I mean, not everyone has to like explicit stuff or whatever, but they doesn't mean they get to ban it. It's going, I don't know. It's been rather a bit turbulent. I want to say I'm okay, but I'm not really okay. I don't know why. But yeah, I mean, 26. Interesting. 26 people in the live stream. But yeah, I mean, like Dan Sobel, I remember Dan Sobel. He hasn't been online for quite a while, man. And yep, there is a lot of people here. Guys like it's usually weird how autistic guys in their 20s and 30s who collect physical media, guys like Jake Keyser and Dan Sobel, Yeah. hmm Yeah, I agree. Dan Sobel is one of the funniest people that many people consider lol cows. Then again, I've been considered a lol cow by many, but yeah, I mean, Dan Sobel is relatively mockable for his behavior and stuff like that, which I understand. Yeah. But yeah, Canada social media ban. Apparently, liberals are the liberals are like new. In Canada, federal liberals agreed to ban social media accounts for Canadians under 16. Stephen Asante's still quite an asshole in my opinion. It's not that I hate him, but I still think he's an asshole. Yeah. The thing is, what my father told me is that it hasn't passed the Supreme Court of Canada just yet. So the Supreme Court is going to make a decision on whether or not to make such a nightmare like this a reality. But you know, some people say 75% of Canadians now support a total social media ban for those under 16. Is it time for Canada to follow Australia's lead? Oh, hi, silly Lily. Well, yeah, I mean, if like the liberals like follow the lead of Australia and the United Kingdom on banning social media for under 16, well, usually I understand kids don't belong on social media, and I do agree. The problem is that it's a Trojan horse where people have to like dox their information to the government and basically just give up all their privacy to the government. Yeah, me neither. I don't think conservatives would do any better. I think Pierre Poilievre and his Conservative Party would do the same shit as Mark Carney and the Liberals when it comes to like online age verifications and shit like that. Like Keir Starmer has like one of probably like, let's see. I'm gonna vent before I'm gonna check. Let's see. Keir Starmer approval rating. Let's see what some sources. 64% of British voters want Starmer to resign immediately. A new poll has just dropped. 64% of voters say Keir Starmer must go right now. Only 18% want him to stay. I don't know why 18% want him to stay. I mean, yeah, Keir Starmer's approval rating is below that of Nigel Farage. All right. Rupert Lowe has the strongest approval rating compared to other UK political leaders, and it's in the negatives. Yeah, I agree. Trump, I really don't like that guy. Yeah, I agree. Keir Starmer is a complete moron. So is Anthony Albanese. Like, Australia social media ban. But yeah, I mean, breaking. Federal Liberals agreed to ban social media accounts for Canadians under 16. Yeah, I feared that Canada might do something like this. Basically, the Liberal Party membership has adopted a policy resolution calling for a minimum age of 16 for creating social media accounts, creating an obligation for a platform to prevent underage users from holding accounts. Now, I'm like 26, so. Thoughts on Israel? Hmm. It's very, very, very complicated. It's a very, very complicated, like, kind of war thing. I mean, I don't want to go too in depth about Israel and Palestine, but both sides seem to have its own problems, so. Cybertech Wolf said maybe we should ban the government from social media. I see. So Greece is seemingly following suit to what Australia is doing. Greece to ban social media for under 15 from next year. Australia is retreating from its social media ban. Yeah, the Online Safety Act and the under 16 social media ban must be repealed. Age verification is the real weapon. It forces ID and biometrics on everyone. That framework is still there. Trump or Elon Musk? It's hard to say. They're both terrible. Yeah. It's clear to me, like I do understand that children don't belong on social media. They never do. Placing your kids in front of an iPad, it still bothers me that people place their kids in front of an iPad unattended. You know? Kids really don't belong on social media because the mental health effects that it can inflict upon them is drastic, you know? Even for adults, it's still like our 2020 is the worst time in a long time. World shut down 2020, multiple wars, inflation is crazy, people having less kids because of costs. Gaming starting to become a luxury, houses are unaffordable, rent is way too high, mental health decline. When will it end? Mm-hmm. I love cute anime. Mm. Like, did I save that image? Yeah, I did. Ultra vivid red. Yeah. I would the Pope be America first. LMAO. Born too late to, born too late to explore the world. Born too early just to explore space. Born just in time to work day in an office with a traffic jam. Yeah. A child was born in 2025 from an embryo frozen in 1994, making it the oldest baby ever. Like, imagine missing out on the good old times and then have to be born in a time where the world's going to shit. Like, fuck, man. Yeah, like if Mark Carney just goes ahead with the age verification laws along with the liberals and stuff like that, that's really going to tank his approval rating. I just know that for sure. I mean, Keir Starmer's approval rating has tanked tremendously. He has a lower approval rating than Nigel Farage, by the way. Like, there's like, surprise, surprise, liberals giving corporations more access to our privacy. Oh, and by the way, kids will find a way to run the regulations and endly likely end up in a far more dangerous online spaces because of it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And how are they going to implement this? Because if every damn application I want uses a picture of my ID, I'm going to be very pissed off. So would I. LMAO, every place on earth that tries this has failed. Kids are born with tech and will always find a way around it. Stop blaming social media and start raising your kids right. Exactly. Exactly. You know, if kids weren't on social media at a young age, likely this would have never happened. But then they're making like age verification lines disguised as protect the kids when they're not protecting kids. They're just they're just punishing adults with infringement of their privacy. Great, UK or Australian nanny state clone, here we come. And we got digital ID. Hope you love having to verify to do everything as an adult. Well, companies with zero cybersecurity leak your ID. Exactly. Yeah. How do you enforce this? The government needs to get the fuck out of our personal lives. Absolutely. Yeah, like when I was when I was on an airplane going back home from Mexico, there was a crying child. And in order to shut up the crying child, they play the shittiest music. I think it's from Coco Melon. It's like God, like it's like the double-edged sword. Do you want to hear like a stupid kid crying or a shitty-ass fucking Coco Melon song? Like fuck that shit. And I play Godspeed You Black Emperor to just drown out the fucking noise. You know, George Orwell's 1984 was a morning, not a manual. Fuck literally every political party with seats in the House of Commons right now, but especially the Liberals. Probably for the best if we just didn't use them. However, if you enforce it by providing ID to use the internet, then I'm opposed. However, I guess we're being tracked pretty effectively without ID. Like, will this include video games that have a social media element to them? Like the Google Play Store. The Google Play Store literally banned Doki Doki Literature Club. They literally banned that game from the Google Play Store, and Google is planning to stop people from sideloading apps they deem as unworthy and shit like that. Like, mind you, I've literally stopped using Microsoft Windows, especially like Windows 11, because I have serious lack of trust for Microsoft and shit like that, you know? Like, most dangerous AI got scarier. Interesting. Yeah. Great, authoritarian dinosaurs are going to bring an end to privacy. I guess I'm gonna have to trash my ballot until there's quality people to vote for. Hello, Shadow Gaming. How's it going? I'll do you one better. Restrict everyone from the cancer of social media. I'm sure most will voluntarily give up their socials. They just need a catalyst. And then the person asks, why are you still here then? Like, here we go. Are we going to get the same ineffective dystopian crap they've been getting in the UK? Like, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, I live in Canada, and, I feared that Mark Carney would have been this stupid enough to actually do what Keir Starmer and Anthony Albanese has been doing. Like, I still think Donald Trump is worse with his whole ICE raids and shit like that, you know? But again, there shouldn't be we shouldn't have politicians who are out of touch with the community, and I often explain, would it be better if we're in anarchy or something like that? That's what some people ask, like, yeah, like Google has to ban like Doki Doki Literature Club, yet they don't ban malicious apps that have malware and shit like that. Let that sink in. Corporations are not there for your best interest. They are not for your best interest. Alright. Yeah, people are forced to give their ideas to social media companies in many parts of the world. Yeah, Canada is usually one of the best places to live. I do agree with that. I like Canada way better than the United States. Like, the United States is just very fucked up. America really doesn't have much of a personality compared to other countries. Whereas Canada does have its own personality, you know? The world's largest bee. I see. The world's largest bee is in Fowler, Alberta. Like the world's largest dinosaurs in Drumheller. What I mean, what's with the oil? Yeah. Yeah, I think I live in Nepal. Yeah.
Greece is the latest European country to restrict children's exposure to online platforms with plans to ban social media for under age 15. Australia was the first in the world to pass a ban for children under 16, and other countries are considering similar measures.
One thing that we're seeing across the world is increases in depression and anxiety and loneliness.
Well, yeah, I
And
agree that social
more and more
media
countries
does
are seeing these
increase the
patterns and
likelihood
thinking,
of
what we're
of
doing right now
mental
is not
disorders.
working.
The debate over children's use of social media and the damaging impact it can have has made its way to the courts, with school boards in Ontario pursuing legal action.
The main argument is that the social media platforms are actually intentionally
Who's that?
designed to create compulsive use or addictive
Like, who's what's
behavior, and that has led to real
global news?
substantial effect on the mental health of our young people, and an effect on the school environment.
Meta, Snapchat, and TikTok have all said they're committed to young users' well being, but it appears Canadians would support some type of ban here.
I am happy when my kids are doing anything but screens.
Kids now that don't have attention spans, they don't have patience.
An Angus Reid poll shows the majority would support a full ban on social media use
Who
for
is talking?
anyone under age 16.
Oh, that's I'm
Anything
watching a
under
video from
16
Global
knows
News.
asked which apps should be forbidden for under 16.
That's the voice in the
TikTok
video.
and Snapchat
Yeah.
were near the top of the list, with around half wanting a ban on YouTube. Despite the findings, there's no consensus as to what age would be the right one for kids to have access to social media, but 16 seems most popular.
The young ones are really addicted to it. I mean, taking it away completely, yeah, I would totally support that.
The Prime Minister said recently he has not made up his mind on a social media ban for children, but the topic will be addressed at the Liberal National Convention this weekend. Karen Lieberman, Global News.
Yeah, like if you don't want your kids on social media, why do you have to ban it for everyone, you know? Just don't let your kids use social media. Yeah, there's so many incompetent parents in the world who just let their kids on their screens, and that's just wrong. Just fucking wrong. A lot of kids aren't responsible enough to just use social media, so they shouldn't fucking use it. They shouldn't fucking use it, you know? Sorry, I slur up my words. Can governments around the world just fuck off already? Leave us alone. This entire realm is turning into a circus daycare. Government policy is a terrible substitute for good parenting. Yeah. Maybe, you know, I don't know what can be a better solution to something like to the whole kids on social media and the mental health crisis that there is. I just don't know. But a nanny state is not it. A nanny state where they have to verify every adult is not it. Oh. Like, skylighted edits. It says HU, or do you mean hi? Yeah, let the parents decide. This is government overreach. Man. Yeah, letting your screen basically like raise your children, letting the iPad raise the children. Yeah, don't fucking do that. That's going to destroy kids developmentally and stuff like that. There's like parents who really don't care about their children's safety. You know? Like, and then the government has to do like an overreach and shit like that, and we're trying to fight against this because we know that's not the solution, like, at all. Like, I don't want to be screened for every shit I do. I don't want to be screened for that. You know? It's like really unnecessary to do that. Very, very unnecessary. Like, this needs to stop. Yeah, social media is very mentally challenging. Even for me, it's like mentally challenging, alright? On Twitter, on Facebook, on whatever, I don't use a public social media account anymore for those platforms. I don't even use one. I don't use I don't use a public social media for those for those websites. I don't use that. I stopped using a public Twitter account even before Kiwi Farms got on my ass. It was that feud with Notion Tohoshi that made me just decide that social media isn't worth it. The only reason why I still have a Twitter account is because anime artists would post their art on there, and that you have to, like, you literally have to log in to view tweets on Twitter. If that weren't the case, I would have just go without using a Twitter account. It's stupid how they forced you to have an account just to view Twitter, which is has been rebranded as X, but I'm still gonna call it Twitter nonetheless. We're living in the devil town. I am living in the... I'm going to watch the amazing I'm gonna watch the Amazing Digital Circus. Plus, this is a phone Redmi is Xiaomi. Okay, yeah. Seriously, do hate. I do hate the feeling of that fluttering in my ear. I fucking hate it. Try not to be pissed off about it, but it's so hard to get used to it. So hard to get used to it, man. Like, the feeling of something tugging on your ear is just... I try to get used to it, but it's just so annoying. It's just so... It's more actually uncomfortable than it is annoying. It's... I'm singing a Daniel Johnston song, and then maybe the lyrics were out of place. And then the ear was doing a little bit of that fluttering thing. Like, yeah. Don't get me wrong, Canada is amazing, and I have plans on going to vacation in the United Kingdom in the future, despite its Online Safety Act. I do have plans for that, honestly. I was thinking my next trip was going to be to Scotland, United Kingdom, despite its bullshit age verification laws. I know people get unreasonably arrested in the United Kingdom, but I've heard the policemen in the UK are absolute pussies arresting people. So really, when you get arrested, when you tell them to back off, they're likely going to back off. It's not the same with the United States, though. If you get unreasonably arrested, your ass is likely to get killed or deported. That's just basically how it works. Yeah, the main subject is basically online age verifications and censorship. Yeah, and like there's countries that have censored like Demon Slayer. They censored the scenes of Demon Slayer. And you can see a side by side comparison of how they censored it because they got the information on how they censored it, like, and I'm just sick and tired of people modifying the imagery and censoring it. That should not be okay. That's just diluting the narrative that this show is trying to present. Okay, like Requiem for a Dream. Okay, Darren Aronofsky himself argued that any cuts of this film would dilute the message when the film was given an NC-17 rating, making it limited screening in theaters, and there was an edited cut that's rated R, which cut some of the scenes, but there was a notifier in the end that if you watch the edited version of Requiem for a Dream, you're not really watching the true version of the film. Or something like that. Basically, the director's cut has been defined as the definitive cut of Requiem for a Dream. Basically. The living devil. I mean, yes, you can bypass age verification with the VPN, but there's a lot of companies that are trying to do anti-VPN practices. Like YouTube was trying to do that shit, you know. It's saying VPNs are disabled on YouTube. Please select to go back to your country of origin so we can show you the best content. The best content of what? You ain't showing the best content if you're fucking censoring everything, YouTube. I don't have any hate for Indians or anything like that, but I'm just gonna call Neil Mohan a poopy jeet. Are you allowed to say that on YouTube? Basically, calling Neil Mohan a poopy jeet or something. Yeah, Neil Mohan's a terrible CEO. You see a lot of websites with terrible CEOs. David Baszucki, Elon Musk, fucking shitty CEOs. There's Joshua Connor Moon sucks. Obviously, I mean, yeah, this person says, I've never been polled for anything in my entire life. So this is probably like a small poll or something. Like, people who support the social media ban don't understand that this is a Trojan horse. That this is a Trojan horse that infringes upon any other person's privacy rights. They don't understand that. Syphilis is evolving like never before in Michigan. Syphilis. Syphilis is a sexually transmitted infection, STI, that can cause permanent damage to your organs if untreated. Holy shit. Holy shit. Like. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Syphilis, ST. Yeah, syphilis is a bacterial infection caused by the Spirochaete bacterium Treponema pallidum. I might pronounce this wrong. Time capsule from 2000 open at Edmonton School. Yeah. Now it's not sure if I'm not sure if the social media ban in Canada is approved. I'm hoping it's not for this case because it's very similar to that of the Online Safety Act and the social media ban from Australia, you know. I would have gotten a lot done if I didn't have to worry about these assholes infringing upon our rights. What happens when you ask for censorship and removal of things you don't like? It will eventually come to for the things you do like. Exactly. Alright. Censorship is a very slippery slope. The fact that they banned Doki Doki Literature Club is just absolutely scary. I don't want to see AI shit on my fucking wall. Differential calculus. Integral calculus. Like... Like, I hate fucking generative AI. I hate it. Yeah. Power of again, this person use AI for this. Like, I fucking hate seeing AI generated shit. I usually do. Yeah, things were much better in the 2000s and the 2010s, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't know if this music's copyrighted, but YouTube has a copyright system. Yeah, I love anime, you know? Yeah. Carodectus maculatus, only seen once before. The ocean is what we think space is. One of the rarest animal sightings in the world. Carodectus maculatus. Sounds lying to me. Bro did it twice just to prove it's not luck. Sarcasm. Interesting how Twitter, I get like a bunch of interesting mathematic resources on my wall. Trigonometric table. That's pretty cool, man. Yeah. Yeah, generative AI is fucking shite, man. Why do you not have high-speed rail? Man. Man. This was to restrict kids from social media. I think they're clueless. Should someone explain to people supporting this would like have to prove they aren't kids themselves by submitting their ID online? It's not my social security number. What's the worst that they can do with my ID? Hello. Tough challenge when the majority of the country will approve anything Carney Party does. Yeah, there's this thing about Alberta separatism. Honestly, like, I think Alberta should have more rights to its own laws, but I don't feel like it should separate from Canada. But, you know. The rest of the country forcing Alberta to do what it doesn't want to do, you know? Mm-hmm. 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 Sunrise and sunsets. Like, yeah, people also say, like, you could just stop the sale of phones for people under 16, but, you know, there's always workarounds for that, too. I mean, Canada bans social media for kids. It's interesting how the mainstream outlets are on the top of the search results. Then again, alternative media can be full of grifters, so. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. I would rather eat a log of shit. I'm really not okay. I'm really not okay. Seriously losing it here. I'm seriously losing it. Yeah, the so-called solution to this social media and mental health crisis is just gonna create even more problems. I don't think it's ever gonna fix that. I mean, people are so used to social media. People are so used. They've been fed terrifying news on things. And then they go into psychosis about what they read. Mm-hmm. I hate the idea of the government telling me what I should and shouldn't watch or what I should or shouldn't read. I just hate that. Yeah, I understand some people often contradict themselves. Mhm. Cost Australis. Mm-hmm. The moon has a new crater. Interesting. The moon has a new crater that hasn't been discovered before. Baron Trump is preparing to launch new energy drink company in May. Seriously losing it. I'm seriously losing it. I'm seriously. Penis video game nerd. There's a ripoff of the angry video game nerd called the Penis Video Game Nerd. I remember making a video titled "The Angry Video Game Nerd is on Drugs" as a shitpost video. I remember that, man. It was funny shit posting back then, but there's no real way to just fucking shit post on YouTube now with all that censorship. And the fact that the trolls got even worse. Like, everything has just gone worse. So many things have gone worse. Like, yeah, YouTube, like, jacked up the price for YouTube Premium, you know? Saying this is the only way you can block ads on YouTube. Then banning ad blockers and shit like that. Wanting to crack down on ad blockers. Just... fucking trolls. Well, it is ridiculous how the fucking AC adapter for the Nintendo Switch is like very loose and shit like that. Where if you like move the console and move the tug on the wire, it just sometimes unplugs itself. I don't really have a capture card, honestly. I don't have one of those. hmm Animal Crossing New Horizons, that game. Played it for a long time. Didn't I already? Like, box. There's a message in a bottle. Also catch fish, obviously. What's this one? Yeah, it's something like yeah, it's a sea bass. Bamboo drum. See, it's like it gives you recipes that you already have. It's annoying. These azaleas. Lost item. Gives me a fucking crafting recipe that I already fucking know. God damn it, man. God damn it. Here.